welcome to my second live stream. Yeah, today is my second one. And this is about a question. Yeah, a question I got here. You can see. I created a video uh, months ago about the creation of a Python application instance in less than 5 minutes. And there was a question, yeah, and how to do this for Django application? Yeah, okay, that's a good question. So let's do that, and we will address that in that stream. We will create these Python Django application based on a template which is available. Yeah, some colleagues of the IBM and others created here that example GitHub project, and we will deploy it. And it is part of the starter apps you have when you are going to create some applications from a starting point, and just to get in that. So the cool thing is when we getting now directly into IBM Cloud, I am logged on with my free account here. So, and I say here the Python Django app, and then you have to keep in mind, and that's the same to another video I created for the Node-RED starter kit, and we will create here an app. But an app directly application, no, the single point of entry to all related topics which are relevant for your application. And what we will do in that example here with that, they call it also a starter kit. Here is the related source code, and you can see the related source code when you open up in a new tab. That's exactly that project. So you can dig into that project, you can see what they have done, how is it implemented, and you can use it. So, and we will instantiate that application directly here on IBM Cloud. So let's get started. We will here create this app, and so we are thank you app example. And I like to say that is also related to hackathons, because that is also a good starting point for hackathons. Yeah, if you're the hackathon, yeah. And then we can say here, create it. So we know where the source codes come from. For those of you who already know the video of the Node-RED starter kit, we have no related services at the moment here for our application. It's just the application without any related integration to Cloud Foundry service or other. So the only thing what we are going to do is that we are going to configure how to deploy that application to IBM Cloud, so where we're using the configuration of the continuous delivery. Yeah. So here we click deploy, and then we can select what kind of runtime we want to use. I use here the Cloud Foundry stuff, but the example is also built that you also can run it on a Kubernetes cluster. Oh? The reason for that is they also implemented all the health check stuff and also testing. It's a good example, so I really encourage you that you take a look into the code. And yeah, so when we do that, yeah, because of the delivery pipeline we will use, the pipeline needs an API key, yeah, to do all these automation stuff. So that's the reason why we are going to create here an IBM Cloud API key. Cloud API key can provide an additional description. So, and then that's a little bit the tricky stuff, yeah, but that is also addressed in another video. If you do not have a real organization and the space is set up for your Cloud Foundry instance, so you cannot do that. So then you have to see how to set up. But you can take a look also here in other video I made, so I don't want to set up and show that once again. So it seems so that the host name of the application is valid. What does that mean? The combination, I like to just to make that clear. That's and yeah. That's the host name, and the host name in combination with the domain is really unique on the internet, so that we have directly, and you, when you watch that video, when that is finished, yeah, you can directly access my application. So I will delete the application after I finish that live stream. Yeah. Okay. So that should be enough from the memory. So we go to the next step. So when we go to the next step, now we're going to deliver our DevOps toolchain. So and to reflect that that is our toolchain, I will give it a name so that we will take later a look what we all have created, yeah, in the resource list. So that's so toolchain. My location here, I leave all defaults. It's just Dallas. Yeah, I leave it here. There was it also before, and so let's say create it. So and now it starts to create a toolchain, a continuous delivery, and we will see how that toolchain is configured with all that stuff. We can see here now our toolchain is created and configured. So that's a toolchain. The toolchain is a cool thing that you can all tools you need, yeah, for deploying applications automatically, what is all related to the development. So that if you're in a hackathon, it's really cool to have all of that in place. If we do code changes, you can directly deploy it. Yeah, you can configure it. We will take a look at the pipeline. And so what we also see here, that we have directly, when we take a look here, pulled the GitHub project, which is here, into, yeah, as you can see here, into an internal GitHub project, which is available inside IBM Cloud, yeah, which is here private. Yeah, there's a limited space you can use. I do not exactly remember how many. I guess, yeah, I do not know or do not remember the exact amount. Yeah, so you can see everything what you really need is the issue tracking is available. You get the GitHub project. We can also use, for example, an online IDE if you want, and some additional insights. And now we will take a look into our pipeline. So what they already have configured. You can see how the configuration works inside their there is a folder. We can take a look here in the folder. Config manifest file, where we have it. They did some additional stuff for the configuration. I must take a look once more here with the configuration, how they did the configuration itself for the pipeline. Maybe we can take a look here later into the pipeline of the GitHub project itself, because then there is a configuration how to set up all that stages, yeah, so that it's pre-configured at the moment, but you can adjust it to your needs. What I mean here, so when we go here, I say here, configure that stage, it's running, so we will not change it really. I will only open it in a new tab so that we can take a look at that and how it, yeah, you can see it grabs yeah, and that is what they have written, and this is created, yeah, from that template and used here. So, and you can modify it for sure. So on there, you can see they get the code, they did some testing, build it, yeah, it works well. So and it's just everything is out of the box. You have nothing to do. It's just pressing the button, yeah, here for the setup, and it directly guides you to everything. Yeah, that's yeah, I like it. Yeah, it's really cool. And when if you do changes, when you uh, now download the project from the internal GitHub project to your machine and you push changes, so it will automatically start the pipeline. So here we can also take a look into the deployment. Yeah, there is a rolling deployment. We can see failed is in our example. It's good because that application currently does not exist on my instance. Otherwise, it would update and there it's not failed. It takes a little bit. Yeah. So with that, yeah, so we can say that this was the configuration. What I said here. So okay, takes a little bit. But yeah, it's just waiting. You have nothing to do, and it does it, and it will work. And you can maybe also do some if you want to do a change inside the GitHub project. Let me see if I don't want to do that. I'll update now. Next. So as here, take a look. GitHub project. So here is the app. We have here the fuse code, what is defined, and when we do code changes now here, I'd maybe just insert a comment, and then when we start it and deploy, we commit the change to that GitHub project, it will directly be deployed once again. So yeah, now we have our running application. Yeah, you can verify it if you want. We go now to the console. Here. So that's the instance. Okay, takes a little bit. So now, how the Cloud Foundry it is represented when we go into that app. We see the runtime. Can see environment variables if we need. Yeah, an overview. We can scale up. Here we have additional instances. Yeah. Let us go to the application, and then you can see here that is your Django server, and that was all. And that is a good starting point for you because I guess you are familiar with that kind of applications. I'm honest, I'm not so familiar with the Python Django applications. I do more with the JavaScript or Java itself. Yeah, but it's totally cool with that setup and getting started with an application like that. So let's see what I promised. Yeah, what was created. Let's just to get an overview. Yeah, what we did. So we can maybe use this phrase in the search field. So, and then we can see what created. Yeah, that means here that is our Python, the developer tool. You know the toolchain what we created. We have the application, and here that is the instance. So that is what we did. Okay. Yeah, I hope that was useful for you, and it was really fast, wasn't it? Yeah, it was really fast, and we have an integrated development and environment with yeah, with all that's set up for a continuous delivery, doing changes if we want, and yeah. So I think with that, yeah, I could stop the live stream, yeah, and enjoy the rest of the day, of the evening. Yeah. See you. Bye.